YouTube, how's it freaking going? Welcome back to another video. I thought there was something in my face, but there's just like a circle on the camera to indicate where the center is. But you'll notice we have a special guest today, Mr. Andre, and I do say special because he's not a reoccurring guest. So he is fallen in the
special guest category.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually struggling with the words, but because he said he was slacking, he said he's gonna do 2 scoops of pre-workout.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I would no, listen. On a real level, guys, I would never promote you guys to do something that could put yourself at risk, because if you overconsume caffeine, it can lead to a lot of things, especially heart palpitations, because I think when you consume that amount of caffeine, you're definitely gonna, I'm trying to say septive, is that the word? Septive to being more inclined to get it. But Andre is back. Today's gonna be a deadlifting day. I don't even remember the last time you deadlifted. Do you remember?
I think it was Shakir or Shahir.
Shahir, okay. I thought it was probably like the video, I was looking at it recently actually, Killer Arm Day with Mike Malia. I thought that you, that was the last time you benched when you was talking about the hook grip and all that. Do not do hook grip if you guys are watching this. Fuck that hook grip. But
what's hook grip again?
Hook grip, so it's like, so I'll show the people. So like, it's kind of like you hold onto the bar and you're like hooking your thumb and then you go over your thumb like that.
Nah.
You're like locked in, but man, you just like fuck up your thumb. It ain't worth it. I see a couple powerlifters do that and shit. But Andre, I do talk to these people a lot about the wrist straps. And what's your thoughts on the wrist straps when you're deadlifting?
I don't think I've ever really lifted heavy enough to use wrist wraps deadlifting. Not much of a deadlifter like that. But I've seen you. I've tried it with. I tried your wrist wraps with the bench. Just
that's different.
Oh, okay.
This different. So he's talking about the ones I wore yesterday with kind of more, you know, putting tension on my wrist just to keep it from moving, you know, because like if I'm lifting a heavy weight, there is a possibility of it going like that, buckling. But with that, it prevents that, of course. Similarly with the knee sleeves. Although with knee sleeves, I'm kind of hit or miss with that. Like I don't know enough to talk about it, guys. Going a little off track, but I know that your knee is like floating, right? So I just can't really wrap my mind around how like having a compression around it when it's moving is beneficial. So like I kind of hear things that indicate that it's good, and I also hear things that indicate it's bad. But the wrist wraps are kind of like when they put a strap or wrist straps, I should say, actually, not wrist wraps, wrist straps. You know what that is? The wrist straps
here, where it's just wrapped around there.
No. So that's the wrist wraps. The wrist straps are kind of like a hook, and it goes on the bar, and it allows you to hook onto the bar. Like you could lift up the bar without touching the bar with just the wrist wrap. Kind of. I see. This is why I say, because this is your first time hearing about. Obviously, I think personally you shouldn't use that, because if you do need to use that, you're probably not strong enough in your wrist, so you should do movements to get your wrist and forearm stronger. I think that when you're deadlifting, you know, even like belts and stuff, I've said before, like the belts definitely increase my lift. Like I lift a lot more when I have the belt on. That's why I only put the belt on when I'm at that 3 to 1 rep range, which is 3 reps today for the for the deadlift. So I will be using that. But with the wrist wraps or wrist straps, I'm getting these. There's way too many fucking wrist things, man. But I don't think you should use it. I think that you should get your wrist stronger and become stronger with your forearms. I mean, I'm not deadlifting 7,000 fucking pounds. So I mean, who am I to say that? But that's just what I use for myself. And if you guys would like my 2 cents, that is my 2 cents. But today's day number 8 of the Impetus Strength program. This is Andre's 2nd day doing any form of Impetus Strength. It's funny because last week he came at the same time, but I was doing shoulders. Not doing shoulders, Andre, today, because last time I did shoulders, I did chest the next day, and I was incapable of lifting the weight I wanted to, and I'm going to blame it on that, because I think the front portion of my shoulder was sore. But enough said, we're going to get this workout on. Andre's going to do those 2 scoops of dry scooping of pre-workout. See you soon. Okay, first things first, I immediately need to call out the dumb motherfucker behind this camera, because he didn't know what Def Leppard was. He did not know what Def Leppard was. What did you say, the Leopard or the Leopard?
It's Die Leopard. Doesn't that look like Die Leopard?
It's Def Leppard.
Def, yeah.
So this guy's a little silly. If you guys don't know Def Leppard, classical band, of course. Honestly, I'm not too listen to it all that much, because when I grew up, I was listening to that a lot with my dad. But of course, first things first, we're gonna hit the compound movement first. I say it every day, I'm gonna keep saying it. Hit those compound movements first, whether it's bench press, deadlift,
squat or overhead press, because you are going to exert the most energy and you have the most energy in reserve at the beginning of your workout. So of course, with this specific program, we want to get heavier, get stronger, get heavier weights up, you know what I mean? So to do so, we need to obviously start off with the right exercise. Now, don't do this. You want to point the camera? Don't do this shit, man. I don't know why the fuck someone left those there, but they're in the way, okay? It's rolling, but I want to talk about this again as well, guys. If you look at the floor here, Mr. Andre, there's like a bit of padding here. Now, the reason why this is good is because when I'm bringing up the weight, or dropping the weight rather, I'm gonna drop it. If I drop it on a flat surface or a hard surface, it can make a very loud noise, and not a lot of people want to hear that at the gym, let's be honest. So that's why they design these things. So if these things are available to you guys to use for your deadlifts, definitely use them, especially because, like I said, the sound suppression. Now, Andre just showed me a nice little video of his dad, who's 52 years old, deadlifting 3 fucking plates, man. That's amazing. So inspirational, man. You know, 50, age ain't nothing but a number, man. And like they say, once you stop moving, you start dying. So, I mean, needless to say, we're gonna get into this, but first I wanna grab my belt. As I said in the car, you guys do wanna make sure that you're using belts when you're doing 3 to 1 rep range. That's just me specifically, but Audrey also brought up an old point that I spoke about before, which was wearing belts just to wear belts. A belt is not a fucking corset. Okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It ain't a fucking corset. The only reason you should be wearing a belt is if you're lifting heavy. I'm not gonna walk around the gym with this because of whatever, I don't know, it shrinks my waist or whatever. If you wanna shrink your waist, buy a fucking waist trainer, man. This ain't a waist trainer. The belt's designed for lifting fucking heavy weights and to keep your shit together, you know? Because you don't want to rupture a spleen or something in that form. But enough said, today's 3 reps, so I'm going to go a bit heavier. I got 3 plates of 25s, which equates to 335, right? Is it 330? No, 315 plus 50. What was that, Andre? 365. So 365 here, working our way up. Gonna get to that 1 rep max next week. And this is the end of week number 2, so let's get this shit. Hell yeah, let's get this shit. Okay, so a little tip for you guys, because of course, this is a lot of weight. It's a little hard to put a new weight on because I do want to up it by putting an additional 10 pounds. So by putting a plate there, it gives me a right elevation. Should be able to just slide this puppy on, unless it rolls off. Beautiful, see? Gotta use your brain sometimes. We're not just meatheads out here.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's right, work smarter, not harder.
All right, so what was the question again? It was,
What made you get into the gym?
what made me get into the gym? So, honestly, I started...
hands either. I heard it last. Don't do that. I heard that last time.
Okay, so anyways, reason why I started going to the gym, I started going to the gym around like a year ago, but yeah, anyways, I started going to the gym because I needed to make a change. I work, I'm a bartender, so I work like really late nights, so I'd be going home at like, I don't know, 12, and then I'll be sleeping until like 11, 12 every day, and then I would just go to work after that. So like, I just started getting sick of it, just same cycle every single day. So I was like, okay, I need to implement something else. So I hit up my friend Braden, and you've probably seen him in the videos. It's been a while since he made an appearance. Holding you accountable.
That's the last video we did.
It's been a minute, but anyways, so I texted him, I'm like, yo, I'm getting a Good Life membership. Like, I'm gonna start coming to the gym with you. So he's like, okay, bet. He's like, just come to the gym with me and my friend named Chris. He'll get you right, bro. Like, he'll get you right. So I'm like, okay. So we come to the gym, like 8 a.m. around that time. It was me, Braden, and Camille, and Chris. And yeah, that's how I met this lovely fella.
The rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Let's do our pull-ups now. What are we doing? 25?
25, yep.
How many reps?
How many you want? How many you guys want?
How are you feeling, man? You gotta push yourself.
We'll go for like 7?
Oh yeah, let's get it. I like even numbers. Do 8.
All right, bet. wasn't able to get there, but
Why should people do pull-ups?
Good for you. My favorite. Obviously not right now, but like honestly, that is one of my favorite exercises.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we finished off on the weighted pull-ups. I'm not gonna lie, the weighted pull-ups were a little struggle for me, probably because I was lifting a lot heavier than I did last week on the deadlift. And of course, the name of the game is to get better at the deadlift. That almost hit me in the head. That would have been a good blooper. But you still should encompass pull-ups, especially weighted ones. If you're finding that the regular ones are a little easy. Pull-ups are the ultimate exercise to grow your back, your lats specifically. If I could only have one exercise to grow my lats, it would definitely be pull-ups. I love pull-ups. And then different variations of pull-ups will help isolate your biceps as well. Meaning if you do a neutral grip pull-up, it's gonna use your biceps a lot more than the wide grip. That's okay though, we'll use that in a different program. This program specifically with the wide grip. But I did want to talk about something, because we live in a society of such soft individuals. And that starts as our childhood. One thing that I've never been able to fathom about the new generation is how when you play soccer and you play in the team, a house league or whatever, and you finish last, you still get a medal as a participation medal. What does that teach people? You really look at that, what does that teach them? It doesn't teach them anything good. It really teaches them that it's okay to lose and just to sugarcoat it, really. But in reality, when you lose, you should use that as motivation to learn why you lost and then implement that to next time you do something so you don't lose again. When you just give someone a participation medal, you're indicating that to them that's okay to lose. Now it is okay to lose, don't get it twisted, but to not learn after a loss, that's not okay. But enough said, we're gonna get right into our exercise. It's gonna be a reverse get lat pull down for 10 reps. Now remember, last week I was talking about really emphasizing that eccentrics on any machine exercise. Now this is a machine exercise, we'll definitely want to control the eccentrics as much as we can. Do it for 10 reps as well, so I'm gonna increase the weights. And I always say it, but I don't really give you guys an image. Andre, you wanna put the camera there? These are the baby weights, guys. I always say those, always add those. Just an added, it's there for a reason. A lot of people don't like to use it for whatever the case may be, but it adds the weight and it also is gonna allow you to get stronger. I don't even incorporate that in it. If I'm lifting 120 with those 2 5s, it ain't 130, it's 120. But enough said, let's do this. It's a supinated grip. This weight's a little heavy. I got 2 more, 1 sec. 1, 2. You ended the recording?
No, I did. I started again.
This guy Andre ended the recording. I have 2 more reps though. Right into our next exercise. So we are getting a bit of an additional cardio in, considering this is like halfway across the gym, and then obviously the lat pull downs on the other side. But we're gonna be doing biceps. Now, someone asked me, or rather didn't ask me, but I had a video about talking about how I like the variety element in my bicep exercises and my tricep exercises. And they said you should only do 1 exercise for your biceps. Now, I don't believe in that. And that's because there's 3 different heads of your bicep. Your long head, your short head, and your bronchialis. Okay, so with preacher curls, this specifically is gonna target your short head of your bicep. And then you'll have a mid grip, or rather not a mid grip, but like hammer curls or regular curls where your elbow is in line with your shoulder. And that's gonna target your bronchialis. Whereas having it behind your body, such as this with an incline, or what we're gonna do later, which is kind of an incline, is just having it behind, even a drag curl, that targets your long head, okay? So having a mixture of all 3 of those components is gonna give you guys the most effective bicep exercise you can have. And yes, there are different portions of your bicep, and I'm sure when I do preacher curls, I'm still working those other portions of my biceps. But if the goal is really to get full biceps, which it is for myself, because as you know, your boy's natural, and we look fucking natural under shirts, we don't even look like we lift. We want those arms to get bigger, and to do so, we gotta make sure we're hitting them the most effectively we can. So obviously targeting all 3 heads. So first things first, preacher curls, gonna target the short head of the bicep. Gonna be doing the barbell easy bar. Always, you know, for the longest time, I didn't know what this bar was called. I used to call it the squiggly bar. Pretty easy to recognize though. I don't know why it's called an easy bar. That's a good question to look up, but I'm talking too much. Let's get right into this. 10 reps. Remember, supersetting this, which means no rest in between. I did rest a little bit there when I was explaining to it. But once we're off camera, we go fucking hard. So let's get this shit done.
All right, so what we got here is kind of like a form of a drag curl. Usually we would do it on the incline benches over there near the free weights, but typically those would be like taken for people mostly working around over there, like doing other stuff. We're just doing one superset of this, so you can just honestly crush it on a machine like this. Just scoot your butt forward and lean back just to kind of emphasize the incline in your back. But anyways, we're gonna go hands kind of behind your back and then straight like this. And then this is gonna target basically the long head of your bicep. C. Prycheco Fit showed us the, what is it, the small head? You said
Yeah.
the small head of your bicep. This is gonna target the long head of your bicep. So
Why does this target the long head?
yeah, I don't know.
Positioning.
Elbow positioning.
Long head, your elbows behind the body.
All right, well, let's get it done.
Ten of them. Now what are we doing?
We're gonna flip around, just
Close grip rows.
yeah, rows.
No, like this. Neutral grip.
Oh, neutral?
Control and work. So what's Andre Baller all about? If people don't know, what's Andre Baller? Where did that derive from?
Andre Baller. So this was back, honestly, when I was in grade 8. This was when I was going into high school. I literally just got Instagram. So typically, most people like that I know at least would have like some super cringe, embarrassing like nicknames when they're in high school with their like username or whatever. I remember like one of my friend Diego, his name was like Diego KFC or something because he liked KFC. I was like, damn. So like, if you're ever like, they would be trying to get a girl snap or whatever and be like, oh, what's your snap? Oh, Diego KFC. Like, anyways, so when what it derived from is like, I played basketball at the time, so I was like,
basketball.
anyways.
Stop clapping your fucking hand.
Played basketball back in the day, so I was like, okay, I'm a baller, so like, I was like, okay, I did Andre Baller 22, because like 22 my birthday. But then I was like, okay, that's kind of long, so I just changed it to Andre Baller, and then I just had that name since grade 8, so Andre Baller.
Come to a realization that I probably shouldn't wear gray, as your boy sweats quite a lot, and it's a little embarrassing, but it's also a sign of hard work. Although, in saying that, when I was younger and I started off working out, I used to base whether or not my workout was effective enough, because it was in the early phase when I was trying to lose weight on whether or not I was sweaty as a motherfucker. And sweat isn't an indicator of it is an indicator of hard work, but it's not an indicator of an effective workout, because there will be times that perhaps you don't sweat for whatever reason. Maybe you didn't drink enough. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people don't sweat. Not too scientific to go into that, but there is something that needs to be said, guys. Is the power of your decisions, okay? I heard this interesting mental framing, and it really does make sense, because every decision you have has an outcome. It has a result from it. So every time you make a decision, you're casting a vote to the life that you want. And what that means is, in terms of the gym, if I make the decision to show up to the gym, I'm casting a vote for wanting to be healthy, being fit, being jacked, or whatever the case may be. But if I choose not to come, I'm casting a vote to being not the person that I want to be, to being lazy, to being someone who says they're going to do something but doesn't do it. And that's the reality of it. And that's that's why you really need to make the right decision, guys, because your decisions are just going to pile up upon each other, and they're going to create the result you want. So if you want a positive result, if you want the result you want, you need to cast votes to that life, and you need to do the things that you need to do, and you need to make the right decisions. So make the right decision, guys. If today is the day that you guys want to go to the gym, and you say in your mind that you want to go, make that a decision and go to the fucking gym, because that's casting a vote and bringing you a step closer to where you guys want to be. So really do think about that. We're going to work into our back leans now, our back hyperextensions. I shouldn't say hyperextensions, back extensions. Hyperextension, that's not what we want, but this is definitely second least favorite exercise. Number one is hack squats. I always say that, but hack squats is number one, because after I do hack squats, guys, my head feels like it's gonna blow up. And sometimes I'll be doing 245s on the sides for 10 reps, and I get to 7 and I'm like, fuck my life. Or even like 5 sometimes. Dude, honestly, I'll be down, I'll be like, do I have 5 more to go? And then it'll probably be like a 15-minute set, but I get done. Because when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I make the right decision. That's true, but on this particular program, we don't have it on the program. Probably in the next one we will, just because I really do want to get stronger with the squats themselves, and I know if I do hack squats after doing squats, I'm not really going to get I'm not going to get the most effectiveness out of it. It does make sense to do still, so we will eventually incorporate it in, but this particular workout split, I didn't. It is the first time making a strength program, so we're going to get stronger, and we are going to continue doing it. But enough said, let's get into this. 45. I will say, guys, you do not need to get too deep on this, because you can lead yourself to injury if you go too far. It kind of just depends on your body, but we're going to go right into our second exercise, which is the superset, of course, of some dumbbell hammer curls. Now, hammer curls are one of my favorite exercises to target the bronchialis head of the bicep, because it is a compound movement that targets my forearms. So I do like doing this for the forearms as well. And just all around, you can lift a little bit heavier on the hammer curls than you can on a regular curl. So, I mean, I want to put up some numbers, you know what I mean? But enough said, let's do this. 10 reps. Make sure you're breathing and don't fucking swing the weights. I don't want to see none of this. If you guys are doing that, you're lifting too fucking heavy, all right? But we got 2 more sets of this. This is the last superset of the day, so of course, we got to finish out the same way we started, which is putting in the maximum effort and making the right decision. Let's cast a vote to becoming a better person. Let's get it. Okay, so we have made it home safely. However, something needs to be said, and I really need to emphasize this, guys, because my biggest fucking pet peeve of all time, regardless of if it's the gym or not, is people not putting away their fucking shit in public. Do whatever the fuck you want at your house, man. I don't give a shit what you do. But do not leave shit lying around in people's space, in public, because other people are not fucking responsible for cleaning up after you. And if you're watching this and you're one of those fucking people, switch up. It's time to fucking change. Okay? I said something about decisions. Make the fucking decision to put your shit away. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And what sparked this flame, guys, is I went to go put away my 35s after doing the hammer curls. And I seen a 110 fucking pound dumbbell in the slot of 35. Firstly, that's 2 fucking numbers versus 3. How do you fuck that up? There's no excuse. Secondly, if you're fucking lifting 110 pounds, you're obviously an experienced lifter. Learn some fucking gym etiquette. Now, I will say, I personally believe that anyone who's capable of lifting 110 pounds correctly is going to put away the weight because, of course, they believe in gym etiquette. And it isn't a common thing to lift up 110 fucking pound dumbbell, man. To put it there and to put it away, like it's going to be strenuous for a lot of people. But it was only one dumbbell. I'm not sure what that person was doing with it. I'm gonna guess someone was ego lifting and was too fucking lazy to put away the weight. But needless to say, guys, if you're watching this, please fucking put away your weights. And I have to emphasize this because I do not like this shit, nor should anyone else. Clean up after yourselves, all right? But enough said, it's the weekly physique checkup. I had to get that little rant out of the way. Your boy's got the ass protruding a little bit. The diet is gonna be fixated starting next week because I do need to be all prepped for it, get the groceries and all that shit. Said yesterday I'm gonna be eating 3,200 calories to go on a bit of a bulk. Probably gonna consume that till April perhaps, maybe mid-March, beginning of March. I'm gonna see how I feel because I do need to reverse diet a little bit because obviously I'm consuming, I would say like 2,200 to 2,300 right now, where my maintenance should be at 2,800. So I mean, fuck, I should be like super lean right now if my metabolism was correct. But that's okay. We live and we learn, and we're gonna fix it. But enough said, let's see what we're working with. Of course, side tricep, your boy's favorite. Typically when I do this, I like to emphasize my shoulders because obviously, you know, as I say all the time, my shoulders is my favorite part of my body and obviously my genetic strength too. Most muscular. Front lat spread. Front double bi. Reach, oh, hit the microphone there. Reach to the sky and bring it down. Flare out the lats and rotate the thumbs back to really emphasize the peak on the bicep. And then I'm gonna have to bend down again. This is, oh man, I didn't hit this one. I like this one, which is the Arnold. It takes a lot out of you posing. Back double bi. Lat spread. Kind of running out of poses. I'm definitely going to work on the poses. I guess this what? I don't really have the core for that one. But I always say it, I'm going to say it every single time that I show off my physique, guys. Remember, number one, first things first, I have been working out for over 5 years now, which is crazy to think of. Consistently, actually, it's been, what, 2017? Fucking hell, guys. Wow. It's been 7 fucking years. Because 2017 is a photo that I have when I first took a picture. Of course, I wasn't in the gym at that point in time. I was just doing a little bit of at-home workouts and just fucking starving myself to lose weight, which you guys should not do. But I didn't have the proper guidance. I know a lot better now, so obviously I'm doing it the correct way. I weigh about 180, I would say 185. Definitely need to stand on the scale when I'm fresh. That way I can get an adequate number, because obviously you are the natural weight that you are without water and food and all that shit first thing in the morning. And then if you have to poop or whatever. But I gotta say, guys, do not compare yourselves to me. Number one, I have been working out for a very long time, and this is what you can obtain naturally, because of course, I am gonna stay natural. I don't have any, for the foreseeable future, I have no intention of taking steroids or anything in that form. I don't like the way you look with steroids. Who knows, perhaps I go for Mr. Olympia at some point later on down the road, in which case I do need to take it, of course, because
I mean, that's just the way that ball or that whole fucking competition set up. I shouldn't say that. I really do find a lot of inspiration in those guys, because regardless if you're taking steroids or not, you do have to put in the work and you do have to eat the right foods, and still, you know, got to grind and stuff like that. Just accelerates certain things. But second thing is, do not compare myself nor yourself to people who are enhanced. A lot of people are fake fucking natties, and do not compare yourself to them, guys, because at the end of the day, what they have achieved is based off of what they have done and the years they've put in, but also the performance enhancing drugs that they've taken. Someone who works out for 2 years can look fucking way bigger than I do if they take steroids. Now, side note, guys, I don't think you should be taking steroids at all unless you plan on competing. That's just my 2 cents. You do what you want to do, of course, because you still have to put in the work. Steroids aren't just going to get you fucking big magically, but it ain't worth it unless you're competing, in my personal opinion. And secondly, do not compare yourself to these skinny fuckers online. Well, this is fucking number 2 or whatever. People have good lighting. They got Photoshop, they got editing, they got all the best lighting, the best camera, they got the right pump, they got the right sugars, and whatever the case may be, they drain their water. I don't do that. I don't prepare to fucking take these. I just go to the gym, I work out, I come home. I show you guys with a little, of course I have a pump right now. I just hit a workout. But take that into consideration, especially when you're comparing yourself to other people. Now, I always say comparison is the thief of joy, which it is, but compare yourself to other people as a guide of how you can achieve what you want to do, or as, you know, more of an image of where you want to be, right? Because if you put, like what I did when I was going through my weight loss journey, is have a photo of how I was and how I didn't want to look like that. So I seen every single day, and that would motivate me. Some people might want to put a picture of, I don't know, C-bum, like I want to look like that, or whatever the case may be. You won't look like him unless you take steroids, I'll be honest. But there's people who have eating fucking disorders, who are eating such minuscule amount of calories all year round because they want that shredded abs, super defined muscles. I'll tell you guys, I've been there, I've done that. I've been super fucking shredded, and it sucked. I was eating 1,400 fucking calories a day. Now that's wrong to do, and that's probably why my metabolism's fucked up. We're going on a bit of a ramble, guys, but please do not compare yourself to people who are enhanced. That's the main thing I want you guys to take away. I am impressed with how the physique's looking. Of course, there are things that need to get better. As of right now, the focus is to get stronger and get a little bit bigger, because of course the diet is going to be in a bit of a calorie surplus. But you guys need to figure out what your ambition is, and then backwards kind of, you need clarity, needless to say. What you want to achieve, you got to get that clarity. That way you can backwards program it, I guess. That way you know what steps you need to take to get to the end of it, of course. Because if you guys are trying to get big, you got to go on a bit of a calorie surplus, of course. And if you guys are trying to get lean, you're going to have to eat less. But of course, there's other factors like reverse dieting and all that shit. Today is like my Batman day, man. It's foggy as fuck. I woke up this morning and I'm like, the city needs me. But shout out you guys who watched till the end. I know these videos are long, guys, but I just have so much shit I want to talk about. There's always endless things to talk about. I just want to see you guys do great. I appreciate every single one of you guys. At the time of this recording, we are at 629 subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you're new, hit that sub button, because we are en route to hit 1,000 subscribers by April 1st, 2024. You guys are awesome. Hit that post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. Smash that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. And like always, guys, find your impetus. Say bye. Goodbye.